Hi, everyone.
Let's look at some of the dumbest people celebrating this, by the way, the Trump administration.
I just want to give a great big shout out to President Trump for signing an executive order stating that it is the official position of the federal government of the United States that there are only two genders, male and female. I've had this sign outside of my office since February of 2021. I have really stood in the fight.
It's so funny that Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to be the disgusting face of this there are only two genders shit. It's like, okay, so which one do you fall under the category of if there's like rigid boundaries such as this one? How am I supposed to know? No, you don't understand. It's because trans people exist that people constantly misgender me. If we eradicated trans people, then no one would misgender me. Every TERF. Well, she's not even a radical feminist, but...
During all 4 years of the Biden administration, when Democrats and the Biden administration did everything they could to destroy God's creation, which is only two genders. So I'm very proud today to tell you that my sign still stands outside here of my office in Rayburn 2201. And I am standing up for...
Yeah. I love that these people also try to say that this is the scientific take. It's just not. But at this point, it doesn't matter. You know? It just doesn't matter. Like, these guys can just say whatever the they want. And according to some of the chatters from earlier, they're like, well, the majority of people believe that this is science. Okay. Well, I guess it's science now. Gender is a social construct. I can't believe I'm repeating this classic take once again. Male and female are sexes. Okay. Gender, on the other hand, is a social construct in general. And even the sexes are not a binary. This is so not the case that even Ben Shapiro now at least says it's bimodal, which also is a little reductive.
For everyone, Christians, God-fearing people all over the world, and especially here in America, is we take a strong position that we will never allow God's creation to be destroyed.
If gender is a social construct, then why can't we state as a society that there's only two? Well, I think that the problem isn't the state just saying there's only two genders. I think, well, one, you should probably have issues with the state enforcing a religious doctrine regardless, okay? Bait, by the way. And two, if gender is a social construct, and why can't we state as a society that there's only two, means that there's supposed to be apprehension and prevention of people that do not actually fit within the norms that the state has defined. That's the problem. Do you understand? When you end up prescribing social norms, there has to be a level of enforcement. So if you don't actually fit those standards, you get punished for it. It first starts off with the obvious, which is banning HRT and any sort of hormone replacement therapy, but it moves beyond that. And that's why you inevitably always arrive at transvestigations. That is the final stage of transphobia as a mental disorder, because it is not being trans is not a mental illness. Transphobia, on the other hand, is. And the more transphobic you become, the more insane you become. And because gender is a social construct that everyone understands is a socially defined construct, and you look at markers, and that's precisely the reason why when you see a trans woman, you go, oh, that's a man. You don't go, that's a man immediately. You go, that's a woman, okay? Maybe a trans woman, but you still automatically don't assume what their gender was at birth. Okay, gender designation at birth. L take. That take is a reach. L take. Okay, I'm a man. How do you know I'm a man? Have you seen my cock? If you've seen my cock, what if I actually wasn't a man at birth? What if I was AFAB, assigned female at birth? Okay, you've seen the outline of my dick print, but what if I got bottom surgery? You don't know that. So the only way to prove that I'm scientifically actually assigned male at birth and still a man is by looking at my blood work. Nobody will do that under normal social circumstances. That would be insane. You would halt society for the whims of some of the most schizophrenic people in society. That is precisely why gender is socially defined. Bro, I got a son. I don't want them teaching about that BS to him. What? What BS? What I'm explaining is not bullshit. It's just the truth. What are you talking about? This is why whenever transphobic legislation passes, considering that there aren't that many trans people, okay, in general, the overwhelming majority of people that get harmed in the process are cis people, okay? Like in the state of Ohio or many other red states where they've done genital inspection, mandatory genital inspection, if a parent suspects a girl in high school athletics of being a man, okay, a trans girl, what are you supposed to do to enforce that? Any father from the opposing team that sees your daughter dominating in sports can turn around and go, that's a trans girl. Now what do? You got to get the gym teacher to go look at your daughter's pussy. That's what you got to do. You think that's good? You think that's a smart way to go about this? Great stuff. Congratulations. You designed an even more perverted and pedophilic society. What are you saying? I'm describing the process of literal legislation that is passed at state legislatures in the United States of America. If it comes across as insane to you, then you understand the point I'm making. The point I'm making is it is insane. Too far? Not a fan of that commentary? Wait, too far? What are you talking about? You can't just look at a situation that has been implemented in law and go, that's too far, man. I can't believe you're telling me this. Yeah, I think it's too far. I agree. I like that you're not a fan of what I'm saying, but not a fan of what they're doing, instead of not being a fan of what they're doing. You know what I mean? GOP passes bill aiming to root out suspected transgender female athletes with genital inspection. House Republican lawmakers in Ohio passed a bill at 11:15 p.m. Wednesday night that would ban transgender girls and women from participating in high school and college athletics. It also comes with the verification process of checking genitals of those accused of being trans. The State Women's Sports Act, or House Bill 61, wasn't supposed to be on the schedule for legislators originally. Anyway, Trump is on.
Disinvestment coming into our country.